Hey yo, what up though? It's your boy Brad B-Rad Butler II, and welcome to another edition of Lit Motivation, hashtag Litmo. Alright, so I got a confession. I got a confession to make. So last year was the very first time that I got on a plane. I admit it. First time I ever got on a plane. Now, my mom told me I got on a plane when I was an infant, but I just don't remember that. So the very first memory that I have of being on a plane was last year, right? And I remember being somewhat nervous about it because I'd never been on the plane before. And you know, you're always nervous about stuff that you haven't really done before. So it's just like, all right, let's see how this goes. And I'm not necessarily someone who likes heights. You know, it's not my thing, right? If I can avoid it, I'll avoid it. So I couldn't avoid it. I had to get on the plane because I had an engagement that I had to do over in Atlanta. So best way for me to do it was to get on the plane, head on over there, do what I had to do, and come back home, right? So needless to say, I got on the plane, everything was going smoothly, we took off, wasn't a problem, and we're flying, and of course, what happens? Turbulence. Right, of course, because on the first flight that I have that I can remember, I experienced turbulence. Now, as we're flying, I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is crazy. First plane ride and we're going through turbulence. And I'm flying standard. And it crossed my mind, you know, after we had already gotten through all the turbulence and everything, that, wow, I'm in standard, but the people that were in first class, they experienced that turbulence as well. So that got me to thinking about life itself. So a lot of times what we do is we think that just because someone is successful and they're experiencing success within their life, that they aren't dealing with different forms of adversity. They aren't dealing with different forms of turbulence inside of their life. And that's just not the case. So whether you're rich or whether you're poor or whether you're middle class, whatever the case may be, you are dealing with some sort of turbulence in some way, shape, or form. So that's why it's so important for you not to judge others and take people for face value. Don't judge a book by its cover, right? They say that all the time. Like, someone can have all the money in the world, but they have all types of difficulties that they're dealing with that you just can't see. Like the unseen stuff. Sometimes that is the worst type of forms of adversity that people deal with. Mental health, right? So you've got people who are going through life and they've got all the money that they could stand to have, right? The pockets is on swole, like they could purchase any car, any plane, like they got the big house, they got the car, they got whatever it is that they want. They can afford the higher educations, whatever the case may be. They can have whatever materialistic thing that they want, but they're dealing with depression and they're dealing with stress. And they just don't know how to get through it. They don't know how to just find the happiness within themselves, right? And then you've got other people who don't have the financial gains in life. They're not financially successful, but they're happy with who they are, right? So everyone has all these different forms of adversity that they deal with in their life. So don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge somebody for what you just see. Like, I'm trying to tell you that everybody in this world has different forms of turbulence that they go through in their life. Different forms of turbulence. It does not matter who you are or where you came from or what you're dealing with. What matters is you taking whatever it is that you have within your life and you maximizing that and being thankful for what you do have, and then taking the steps needed for you to actually take care of the issues in your life that are negative, right? So if you are dealing with depression, if you're dealing with health issues, like if you're dealing with financial issues, like you have to first address what the issue is that you're dealing with, address what type of turbulence you're dealing with, and then see what it is that you could do to fix that problem or to seek help so that someone else can help you fix that problem, right? So long story short, what I need you to understand is that you've got to understand that no matter where you are in life, whether you're in first class in life or whether you're riding standard, everybody experiences turbulence. Everybody deals with some form of difficulties in their life, and you've got to make sure that you deal with it the right way. Because you could be on the plane and you experience turbulence and you sit down and you calm down and you just focus on the ride and say, you know what, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna come through this turbulence and we're gonna land this plane safely. Or you could be the other person who has a mean panic attack and you just think to yourself it's all over. You put your head between your knees and you say, all right, well, we're going down, it's all over, we're not going to make it. So it's up to you. Doesn't matter whether you're in first class or whether you're riding standard, everybody in this world is going to experience some form of turbulence. Now the question is, how are you going to deal with the turbulence in your life? Listen, it's your boy Brad, B-Rad Butler II, and I encourage every last one of you to make your next day your best day. Peace. I'll see you next week.